And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, good evening, and welcome to my preview of the Tour of the Basque Country. I am delighted to say I'm joined by James Knox of Quick Step. James, how are we?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
I suppose the first thing people would want to know is 22 years old, riding for the biggest team in the world. How has your first couple of months been?
Yeah, it's all been pretty exciting, but I feel like I'm settling in quite fast. You know, even though it is, like you say, one of the biggest teams, there's nothing really been part of it. There's nothing that seems anything particularly different. So yeah, so far it's been a thoroughly enjoyable experience.
Most people will have seen your career as a climber. You were second, obviously, in a stage in the Tour of l'Avenir, top 10 overall there. First race for Quick Step was Abu Dhabi, and you're straight on the front of the peloton, grinding away for about 150 kilometres. How was that experience?
It was actually quite nerve-wracking. Maybe, I think joining a team like Quick Step, I guess that's what I was almost most nervous about. You know, the reputation of the team, and knowing that there was a potential that, you know, I had to sort of throw in my, help out with the team and where they'll be up to that as well. So that first day, they gave me a little bit of warning. Yeah, you know, might need to ride for Viviani here if the team wants to bring it back for a sprint. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, no problem. I'm happy to help out. But I think I sort of underestimated that, you know, when you watch on TV and you see the last 2 hours and you see these guys riding on the front and you're like, yeah, it's just a couple of hours work. But it was, I think it was like 5k in, and I got like, you know, in the earpiece, we needed to start riding, and I was like, wow, there's still 185k to go. So it was a sort of full day job, slogged it out for quite a while. And then a couple of days later, I had to just set the pace on my own when Viviani was in the lead. But I think getting a couple of experiences like that under my belt so early has been really quite good for my confidence, and sort of helped feel like I'm sort of settling into the team as well. Like everyone knows I'm not scared to try and help out, so that's been nice.
The first few training camps you did, obviously you mentioned they're such a big team, they've got so many star riders. Was it a case of just kind of keeping your mouth closed and trying to listen and learn from these guys? Yeah, no, the first training camp was pretty hectic. You know, we had all our riders there, a lot of staff, a lot of like stressful things going on with bike fits, tests, clothing, all this. But I got a good opportunity to room with Gilbert at the second one, which was pretty special. You know, if there was any rider you might want to share a room with, I guess he's the man. Someone I've like seen on the telly and get to share a room with, so that was cool. But no, I think it was pretty welcoming anyway, so it felt like everyone was getting involved. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty chill, to be honest. Of all the teams, they seem to have almost the best bond. You know, we've got the whole Wolfpack thing going on, but kind of even beyond that, there seems to be a real kind of close knit between the teams. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, certainly I can't speak for other teams, but joining the team, it's been like, it does feel like a bit like a family, yeah, especially with all the, I think so many of the staff as well have served for the team for so long, and so you're straight in there into the mix, and so yeah, no, everyone really does seem to get on, and there's like a great unit. So
you then head to Catalonia. No disrespect to Abu Dhabi, but your first kind of proper World Tour race. I've heard some horror stories about people's first Catalonia and just how difficult it is. Did you experience any tough times yourself?
Certainly was a different level to Abu Dhabi. I was a lot more. I did a bit of panic training beforehand. That's a certain little last minute panic training, which I don't know if helped or not, but certainly was good for the feeling a bit better about it. No, it was tough. Certainly like the middle 2 or 3 days. That La Molina day, I didn't appreciate that. That was a bit hard and cold, and the break didn't go as well. So I think that was one of the most scary parts, because having come from like under 23 racing where the break just goes and then everyone else just battles it out anyway, it doesn't really matter. There was a couple of days where my job in the team was to just get in the break, and I was going as hard as I could to get in like the break,
only for the break not to go. You know, it didn't go on the La Molina day. Chavez just clipped off before like the first KOM. And then on the Barcelona day, I think literally just like 10k before we got to Barcelona again, the break just sort of rolled and got 30 seconds before the circuits. And then it was just flat out on the circuits. And again on the La Molina day, it was just flat out on the climbs. So to go so deep and then have to do what was the actual difficult part of the race to finish was a bit of an eye-opener to go like, well, I'm already on my hands and knees, and we still got 2.5 hours of horrendous racing to go. So, yeah, that was a bit of a scary moment, but really happy to get it into my belt and to know I can get around it whilst also doing a bit of work for the team, trying to get in moves and things like that. So,
the weather wasn't particularly nice in Catalonia. Now, as a boy from the north, well, the north of England, not quite as far north as myself, I suppose the bad weather doesn't really hurt you that bad?
I'm used to the rain, but was cold. It was cold. Just 2,000 meters in March isn't nice. there was people skiing still. We were coming over the top of a couple of climbs, and I was watching people ski, and I was just like, "Why is this happening? Why are we up here?" And we were unlucky as well. We did have that 2 days cancelled and shortened due to the bad conditions. But regardless, I think in the team, every single day it was nasty weather. I was wearing the least amount of clothes, so I stayed northern. So that's the important thing.
Now, the team, you could say you're a lucky charm. 1 win in Abu Dhabi, 2 wins in Catalonia. You must be getting used to drinking champagne at the dinner table.
Yeah, that has been nice. Yeah, I think coming from not particularly prolific winning teams, it's been pretty nice to be able to savour victories, and just nice as well to see how much the team does savour the victories. I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess from the outside you might think it's just another win, isn't it, for a team like Quickstep? But everything I've been part of so far, they really do savour it, and they really do sort of like... In Abu Dhabi, after the victory of Viviani, the team was riding away for the rest of the week, and again with Hodge winning
Get his name right.
It's Hodge. It is Hodge. It's not Hodeg, it's Hodge.
The Scottish Colombian.
Yeah, the Scottish Colombian. Again, no one expected him to win. To get off to a winning start, everyone came down. The entire staff and riders had a drink after that stage. And then everyone was in a great mood. And then Schachmann finished it off with another outrageous win. So
now you're heading up to the Basque Country. You're already there. You'll have heard, obviously, you'll have seen what a tough race it is up there, usually fairly dodgy weather conditions as well. Are you expecting a real hard week similar to Catalonia?
I'm expecting worse, to be honest. I've been told to expect worse. A little update from the guys who've just arrived with me today to say the weather isn't going to be nice for this week, but I think that's to be expected. I've had a little look at the route, and it's just set up for aggressive hard racing, isn't it? So, and the guys who are here preparing for the Ardennes and also wanting to win the race, it's going to be very difficult. And I'm really wanting just to get round, fit and healthy, and see what I've got day by day. So I'm really, just going to see how it goes.
First 2 stages are very similar. I think they both have a real kick in the tail at the end, kind of 3 kilometres, 8-9%, and then your 7k to go. Obviously, eyes would look towards your own team with Alaphilippe, and both stages really look like a nice day for him. So you could probably be expecting to work quite hard in the first 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been briefed at all yet. I have no idea what the team's thinking. But like you said, looking at the team, Alaphilippe is set up very, very well for stage wins, the general classification, depending on how hard the last day is, and to just about every single stage really, and the general classification for him. So he's the outstanding man in our team. We've got some good guys to back him up, and hopefully I'll be one of them.
Yeah, you've got Enric Mas, Peter Seri, I mean, yourself. There's a whole range of talent within the squad. Stage 3 is a sprint. There are not many sprinters here, to be honest, so probably a kind of puncheur type rider. Again, Alaphilippe will probably be up there contending. Stage 4's a very flat time trial, which I know some of the purists are not particularly happy about because it gives a TT rider a chance of maybe winning the overall here. TT-wise, what do you like?
Not great. Not great at all. It's not really my thing. It's not how I got into cycling. I don't really enjoy time trials. You know, maybe if it was like an uphill TT, I might be a bit more into it. But at the moment, I've got a long way to go regarding time trials.
Stage 5, we've got a big climb with 20k to go. Maybe a good day for a breakaway. And then the final stage looks nasty. 122 kilometres, 8 climbs, and we end with 3.7k, 11.4%, which is the climb we had in last year, which just looked super difficult. When you see the road book and you see a stage like that, is it pure fear or enjoyment?
I think it's... Yeah, I don't really know what crosses mind. I think just go, wow, that's going to be hard, really. We'll see the night before and on the morning whether I'm excited for it or just wanting it to be over. But at the moment, yeah, you can see that and you can go, that's definitely going to be a horrible day out. So,
GC-wise, I mean, the reason probably most people say it's such a hard race is the level of rider that's here. We've got Landa, Quintana, Bardet, Bilbao, Nibali, Port, Uran, Zakarin, Roglic, Castroviejo, Mollema, Alaphilippe. That's a fairly stacked start list.
Yeah, that's quite a list, isn't it? There's a lot of top guys there. Yeah, and a lot of guys who are definitely in good shape as well. It's not a time of the year to be messing about. So I imagine everyone's going to be good in for it.
You mentioned yourself there that a good race for you, you know, learn, obviously it's still part of the learning process. Get round, have good legs, avoid bad luck, avoid crashes, help your team out. Is that the kind of main sort of goals for yourself throughout the race?
Yeah, the team is incredibly relaxed and sort of, you know, even at Abu Dhabi, even at Catalonia, when there has been like hard days, you sort of see how you go sort of thing straight off. With an eye to sort of help out Alaphilippe on the Jabal Feet Day in Abu Dhabi and sort of stay there with Jungels in Catalonia. So I guess there might be a similar chance here, but realistically I'm going to be sort of doing what I can to help out Alaphilippe as much as possible, but part of that is also just staying in because, you know, if you're not there in the last hour, you can't be any help, so you've got to put in it. So,
especially if you're going to be known as a bad weather specialist.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get known as a bad weather specialist, but we'll see how that one goes.
Looking ahead and forward from this race, what other races do you have coming up?
Yeah, so my calendar has actually been chopping and changing a little bit with the injuries that's happened to the team. There's been different people coming in and out, but at the moment I'm set to do Flesh and Romandie, and then I think I've got the Tour of Fjords Hammer Series Norway doubleheader, and that's about as much as I know just at the moment.
Good. Now you're just 22. Obviously, you're 23 later on this season. You know, if you're setting goals at the start of the year, I know cyclists sometimes like to have a kind of a goal. Did you set yourself a goal at the beginning of the season?
To be honest, no. I saw it as my first year, and the goals I'm going to be setting myself more just like race by race. You know, I don't have any particular ambition for anything, but I want to be turning up, doing what I'm told, learning as much as possible, adapting to the level as well because it is a step up, and really just building a platform to build on for the next year and hopefully many years to come.
Now, are you still in England or have you moved over to Spain?
I am based in Girona, yeah.
And as a 22-year-old living away from home, how's that experience going for you?
To be honest, it wasn't too bad. I spent a couple of years with the Zappies team where we spent like a long time on the road. I think, you know, like January to October, we were mainly on the road racing in Portugal, Italy, France, Belgium, but, you know, our main base is in Italy. So to make that leap was actually weird going from that back to the UK, to be honest, living with mum and dad. And then when it became a decision that, you know, maybe I didn't want to be back at home, it seemed nicer to go to Spain with some friends, get an apartment with some teammates, than it did to find somewhere in Kendal to live.
And how's your Spanish coming on?
It's not great. I'm struggling, to be honest. I've been living with English speakers. They speak Catalan in Girona, and so I've had Spanish lessons, but it doesn't seem to be getting me very far at the minute. I really need to persist with it and make a bit more of an effort. But
okay,
well, slowly.
Oh, you need to maybe just learn some more of the holiday makers phrases.
Yeah.
Well, James, thank you very much for taking some time out to come on tonight. Hope you have a good Vasco. Hope it goes well for you, and good luck for the rest of the season.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.